Welcome to today's dynamic alignment class. And today is all about remembering the sequence of opening your sides first, then opening your back, then opening your front. Sides, back, front, sides, back, front, sides, back, front. Let's go ahead and stand up and practice together. Bring your arms forward, grab your elbows. If that's too tight at any time, you can grab your forearms. Grab your elbows, lower them down to your belly, and bend your knees. More weight on the front of your feet. Lift your head up and look out into the distance. Soften your belly. Soften your belly button away from your spine. Bend your knees and sit your hips back at the same time and wag your tail. Find some lightness in your hips. Keep that lightness. Find stillness in your hips. Lift your arms forward. Now, see if you can independently move your rib cage side to side. Start to feel your ribs float in space, side to side. Imagine your chest side to side. Your heart floating side to side. Keep going. 2 more each side. Ribs side to side independently. 1 more side to side. Breathe in. Lower your arms. Breathe out. Lift them up. Tongue to the sky. Out of your mouth. And come to center. Switch your arms this time. Lift your arms up. 1 more set. Ribs shift. This time, sit your hips opposite and lift up. Ribs shift. Sit your hips opposite and lift up. Ribs to the left. Hips back and to the right. Lift up. Ribs to the right. Hips to the left. And lift. Now keep going. Ribs and hips. Lift. Ribs go side. Hip goes side. Lift. Ribs shift. Hips shift. Lift. Find some rhythm now. Ribs and hips. Ribs and hips. Keep it going. Stay curvy. Ribs and hips. If it feels weird, you're doing it right. Hips and hips. Keep going. Ribs and hips. Ribs and hips. 2 more each side. Ribs, hips. Ribs, hips. Ribs, hips. 1 more. Release your arms down. Inhale. Exhale, tongue to the sky, look up, soften your belly, tongue out. And come back to center. Lower your arms forward like a low V. And we're going to play now with lateral movement side to side. First, keep your knees bent, step your toes first to the left. Then the paw of your foot. Keep your heel barely lifted, like 50 cents, 2 quarters underneath it. Shift your hip to the left and drag right foot in. 1 more. Toes, paw, hip, heel, and drag. Right foot, toes, paw, hip, heel, and drag. Toe, paw, hip, and drag. Opposite way. 2 and 2. Now look out into the distance. 2 and 2. As if you're looking out 2 and 2. Into the sunset, on the water, on the ocean, on the lake, on a big, beautiful field. 2 and 2. Each side. Stay lifted. Keep pulsing side to side. Lift your arms up and forward. 2, 2. Pulse deeper. 2. Pulse deeper, rise higher. 2 more each side. Pulse, side, side. Nice and soft with your toes. 1 more. Up to the sky. Down to the earth. Keep going. Back to center. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, look up. Breathe out of your mouth, stick your tongue out. And come back to center. All right, step wide now. Bend your knees. And I'm going to face sideways so you can see how much I'm bending here. Slide and glide fingers down your thighs. Bend your knees forward, send your hips back. Cup the tops of your knees softly. Send your knees out and bring your knees in. Now start to feel roll on the outer edge of your feet and the inner edge. Outer and inner. Keep going. Outer, inner. Outer, inner. 3 more. Outer feet, inner feet. 1 more. Come to center. Look up. Arms up. Sit low, as far down as you can. Lengthen your belly. And then come all the way up. Slide and glide your fingers down your thighs again. Cup your knees again. 1 more time. This time, left heel lifts. Left hip back. Come forward with your fingers. And then come back up. Come forward with your fingers and then come back up. 5 more with 1 heel lifted, pulsing forward. Reach forward as far as you can, forward with your heart, as far back as you can with your tail. Keep going. 2 more. Forward with your fingers, your heart, hips go back. 1 more. Forward and back. Staying in a nice alignment, open. Lower your left heel. If you need to take a break, come in. Take a breath. Soften, step back out wide. Face this way now so you can see this way. Slide and glide fingers down your thighs, hands on your knees. Right heel lifts just a little bit. Right hip back, reach forward. Hip back, come in. Keep going. Reach forward with your heart, hips back. And come in. 5 more. Forward. Reach, 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 reach. And back in. All right. Keep going. Have fun. Remember, you're almost done. This is amazing. Woo! Hips back. Heart forward. Lean forward as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Come back in. 2 more. Heart forward. Booty back. Tail back. Come in. 1 more. Come back in, lower your heel, step in, arms up to the sky, sit down, lengthen your belly, and come back in. Now we're going to do 1 more super fun movement series that many of you know and it may be new to you. It's a simple figure 8. So let's take your heart, your shoulders, figure 8. Your arms first, heart, shift directions, heart, shoulders, arms. Relax, bend your knees, hips back, hips, figure 8, back. Letting your legs come into it, soft and easy. Shift directions, figure 8s with your hips opposite way. Back. Being nice and curvy, side to side. Come back to center. If you can, if it doesn't make you too dizzy, close your eyes and figure 8s. With your head, think about Stevie Wonder. About the crown of your head, figure eight, gentle. Come back to center. You're going to shift, figure eight the opposite way with your head. Gentle, moving in space, and just notice, where are you more dynamic in your spine, your heart, your head, your hips. Come back to center. Hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Breathe in. Exhale out of your mouth, soft. Thank you for being here and practicing your alignment. As we move through space, stay dynamic. And notice the places that are tight. Notice the places that have more fluidity. And wherever tends to be a little bit tight, just spend a little bit more time there on those pulses, on those curving movements, and it'll start to unwind and loosen and let go. And so keep practicing, and I will see you all tomorrow.